This time we will talk about 13 causes of failure. As Napoleon Hill wrote, life's greatest tragedy consists of men and women who earnestly try and fail. Even though failures give us lessons and enrich our experience, but failed in many times will make us feel miserable. It might not be because of our effort, but failure in many cases comes from deep within us. We are the ones the cause of failure. When you fail, remember what Bob Proctor said. I am the only problem I ever have, and I am the solution. But before we start with the 13 causes of failure, if you are the first time watching my channel, please subscribe because here we will talk about how to master every area on your life. Now, let's start with the first cause of failure. The first is absence of goals. Most people understand the importance of goal setting. We need a goal to attain a better life. But in fact, 80% of people never set goals for themselves. Goals are like destination in your life. Without a goal, you like a ship sailing without rudder. Until in one moment, you run out of time and resources. Every success people have a goal before they started their career or business. I never met a successful person without a goal. I found out that it's not about their brilliance or talent they have that make them successful. It's just merely because of their purpose and stick to it. That's what makes them different and guarantee their success. Now, I want you to create a goal high enough until you're scared of it. When you don't have a goal, you're just wasting your precious asset, your time and energy. So, if you don't have a purpose, just forget the idea you can have a better life you always want. Number 2. Lack of ambition. Lack of ambition is usually a lack of direction in your life. If you don't know what you want, you'll most probably sit around and do nothing. Ambition is the most essential tool for achieving success. Having talent means nothing if you don't have ambition. Ambition is fuel for your goal. It makes you keep forward achieving your goal. Having talent without ambition is like driving a Ferrari without fuel. Your ambition will lead you to dedicate your life to hard work, perfecting your skills, sleepless nights, and sacrifice to attain the life you want. People usually afraid of their own ambition because of the wrong mindset. A wrong understanding about ambition will rob the opportunity and potential you have in the future. Maybe your friends or parents had been accidentally planted in your mind. Ambition is not a bad thing. Our ambition is a bad thing. Like any other thing, too much of anything would be a bad thing. Too much of food can lead you to fatness. Too much of white blood cells can lead you to cancer. But if it's in the right dose, you can utilize it for your own good. The same thing happens for ambition. If you don't have ambition, you are lacking of ambition in your life. The solution is simple. You need to find your why. Number 3. Lack of desire to grow. Desire to grow is the starting of all achievement. The only way to grow is by change. If you want to change, first you must learn. Ask this simple question to yourself. How much I grow this year? How many books I read this year? What skill I learned this year? Success doesn't always rely on talents. Even the most untalented men will be successful when they learn and updating their skills. Arrogance and the feeling you already know everything will be the gateway of failure. It will guarantee your doom. Even Steve Jobs has a principle to stay foolish and hungry of wisdom. This time, it depends on your decision. Are you staying in your comfort zone or get out from it? Learn more and achieve more. Number 4. Lack of persistence. Persistence is the ability to stick with something. All great things are achieved by great effort. Maybe not in days or months, it could be years or decades, depend on how big your goal is. One of the reasons why people fail is because they give up too soon. Not that the goal wouldn't be achieved or too difficult. It's only because most people stop trying far too early. People who give up early usually have a terrible self-image. Deep down, they have faith that they are not capable enough to achieve their goal. Most people fail not because they lack of knowledge or talent. It's because they quit too soon. As Napoleon Hill said, quitter never wins, a winner never quit. The distinction between a successful person and a failed person is the chance they give to themselves. Successful person becomes success because they give themselves enough time and opportunities to do their best, utilize all their talent and effort to attain their goal. On the contrary, a failed person didn't give themselves enough time to prove that they can achieve their goal. We won't see light bulb if Thomas Alva Edison decided to give up. It's said that he already failed in thousands of experiments. So be persistent, never give up, and give yourself chances. Number 5. Procrastinate. Procrastination is a bad habit, sometimes followed by fear of failure. People are delaying the task before they fear of failure and rejection. Procrastination is also a symptom of perfectionism, because perfectionists fear to be unable to complete a task perfectly. When you procrastinate, you will lose momentum. You will lose the battle. In the business, you may lose money or opportunity. The cost of procrastination is just too high. The solution seems so simple, just do it anyway. Number 6. Traumatic event during childhood. The National Institute of Mental Health defines childhood trauma as the experience of an event that's emotionally painful or distressful, which often results in mental and physical effect. In extreme cases, you may get a word or physical bullying during childhood, but in most cases, it's just a single event, but very distressful for us. Like an event when friends laugh at us when we were in the presentation class, or when our parents say terrible things to us like we are not smart enough. In most cases, childhood trauma can be healed by specific techniques like NLP or hypnosis. But in the more extreme cases, you need help from someone expert in the field. My suggestion is forgive and let go of everyone who had been abused you. Let the disappointment, anger, revenge go. Find an expert if you need to. Number 7. Bad personality. There is no hope for a person with a bad personality. Success requires cooperation with other people. A person with a bad personality will be avoided and will be harder to find a good companion. Common examples of bad personality are arrogant, pessimistic, bossy, domineering, resentful, rude, greedy, sarcastic, selfish, and much more. Toxic personalities described as anyone who is abusive, unsupportive, or unhealthy emotionally. It's someone who basically brings you down more than up. You can have the most innovative idea and talent, but if it's followed by toxic personalities, it will repel your own success. You are also hurting the company or organization and frustrating everyone you work with. Number 8. Indecisive. You are an indecisive person if you have a hard time making decisions. Then when you finally do make decision, you may not be confident about it, or you might change your mind soon. I tell you a little secret here. Indecisiveness is fear. Any decision, even it's small, means a change of something. This fear of change can be destructive, paralyzing you when you need to be the most decisive. Number 9. Intentional dishonesty. Dishonesty is the act or practice of telling a lie, cheating, deceiving, stealing, corruption, and many more. It's talking about people with a tendency to manipulate and lie for their personal gains. Dishonesty in any various kind will give you permanent damage to your reputation. There's no hope for a person who is dishonest. On the contrary, genuine trust is scarce right now. If you have it, people will believe in you, not by your appearance or fake persona, but by your character. Number 10. Wrong selection of mate in marriage. This is the most common cause of failure. Almost 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in divorce. Research estimates that 41% of all forced marriages end in divorce. Wrong selection of mate in marriage will be a form of failure that's marked by misery, unhappiness, and destroying every ambition you have. The person you marry should have the same beliefs and interests as you. Choose someone who has goals and aspirations in life. If the person you are going to be married is rude, look down on others, excessively moody, argumentative over minor things, do not marry that person. A problem in your marriage will rob your energy and time. So, choose your spouse carefully. It's crucial for you to choose your mate wisely and carefully in the very beginning. Number 11. Wrong selection of associate in business. It could be wrong selection of leader, mentor, employer, or business partner. This is one of the most common causes of failure in business. You should looking for business partner who will be an inspiration, intelligent, and successful. Number 12. Afraid of failure. Now, we live in a world where people are obsessed with success. But people forget that success comes from doing things, and sometimes things go wrong, and we make mistakes along the way. A successful person is a person who makes mistakes much more than an ordinary person. Every successful person will experience failure. Moreover, they give permission to themselves to make mistakes in order to learn something. Successful person give themselves license to failure. Failure is an opportunity. Failure shows us everywhere we might have gone wrong and gives us the opportunity to correct it later. You need failure to teach you to become a stronger person. Achieving success after failure shows you how mentally strong and capable you are. 13. Wrong selection of vocation. No man can succeed in a profession which he doesn't like. The most essential step in life is selecting an occupation where our passion is. If you're passionate with your job, then you won't suffer pressure in doing it. Moreover, you will be improving in terms of skill and knowledge. As Aristotle said, pleasure in the job puts perfection in work. When you are passionate about your work, then you always put your best and achieve excellence in it. On the contrary, if you are not passionate about your work, you won't be able to push your abilities and effort on full throttle. That's all the 13 causes of failure in your life. Which one is holding you back to unleash and maximize your potential? Comments and let's discuss furthermore through a comment below. Please subscribe, like, and share.